the last 10 days, we have moved what the math says is about 3,500, 3,800 yards of material. And you can see this pile behind me. This whole mountain here, it's down to almost nothing. We've really hauled a lot of material, and it's been great material. Lots of rock in it. It's going to build some really great roads. So at the end of this pile, or on the other side of the hill, the soil changes. You can see this stuff back here. It's a real sandy, it's more of a road base. It's more of 3/4 inch minus, which is some great stuff. We're gonna try that out today, and what we're gonna do is on sections of the road that are built and that we've rolled this heavy truck over and compacted, we're going to grade it out smooth, and then we're going to try and dump some of this sandier stuff, this road-based type of stuff, on top of the road and try and cap it and experiment with how this stuff holds up. It might be because of the soil type that running over it makes it just pulverizes it, and it turns into dust and it fades away. Well, then we'll have to go and get some other road-based material to cap over that. We'll grade that out, smooth it out. After building this mile of road, I cannot say enough about the road grader. If you're going to do any kind of road, if you want smooth roads, it might cost you a little more, but go get somebody with a road grader and have them work your road. So the road grader is the right tool for the job. I can't believe some of the rough roads with the trucks compacting it, and even with the excavator and the blade on the front dozing things out, being able to cut the highs into the low and smooth things out and pull material from the side up to the center, and then be able to smooth that out and be able to kind of sift through and push the big rocks off the road. The road grader has absolutely been the right tool for the job. The other thing that I think I'm finding is we've had Ed Torres trucking out here hauling dirt for us, and that Super 16, that big truck, holy cow. I was doing the math. A haul truck, a 6x6 haul truck, like for big earth moving, would haul 24 yards. We did the math, and when Ed is full and we've got him heaped up, he's 20 yards, which means he's equivalent to a haul truck. And I think that's why we've been able to move so much material so quickly, is because of Ed and his truck. It's what's knocked out this pile. So when you're looking at moving material or building roads, you've really got to take into consideration what truck you're using and what they can haul, and the operator operating that truck. Because I could have called any 10-wheel trucker out here and he could have moved 10 or 12 yards at a time. But that additional 8 yards on every load, and some days we had 30 or 35 loads, really adds up, and we got a lot more material moved in less time because we had that larger truck, and we had a great operator like Ed who can just make that truck dance. So it's coming along. You can hear back here we're scratching in the rock, and we blasted that hill, but we're back down to kind of underneath the pile where we haven't blasted. So the plan is to scratch it right down to the hard rock, haul all the loose material out and put it on the roads, and then we'll blast. We'll blast this again and then pull this material out and add it to the road. So there's not really a limit to the ballast layer in our road. We had talked about 12 inches. Well, great. In some places we're going to end up with 2 foot of ballast. That's not a bad thing. That just means we can put heavier trucks on there. It just means that the road sits a little higher, so water runs off. When you push the snow off, you've essentially got this dike that's the roadway, and it's easy to shed water, snow, whatever off of that. So higher isn't necessarily a bad thing, and until you know, drive off the road and get your car in a ditch. That ditch is going to be pretty good size, but I'd rather have the ability to keep the top of that road dry because it's running off than worry about getting a truck out of the ditch. It's interesting that you make these assumptions as you're putting your plan together, and you think, oh, we've got this much material and we'll put down this, and the math says this, and then you get out here and you start to work with this material in this location in these conditions, and you have other elements that you didn't really calculate, like temperature of the day or how much it rains, and how that affects the material in the truck, how heavy the truck is, what you're doing to the road with your dump truck, and we've had to make a lot of adjustments as we went along. So I would say if you're working on your homestead or your project, whatever that might be, that understand that, you know, start with the best intentions and then be flexible and adjust as you go. There was sections where we put down more material because it was raining that day. Maybe a better example of that is it would rain and the material in the truck would get wet and it would stick in the truck, and then when you were trying to spread that out, tailgate that material out the back of the truck, it would stick. And so then the piles were closer together and it built up and it was thicker. So those were environmental conditions that I kind of adjusted us getting in, dialing in exactly 12 inches of material. Sounds like we're going to be putting new teeth on the excavator. So understand that as you go along, you're going to adjust. And like I said, today we're going to experiment. We're going to try this smaller 3/4 minus sandier stuff in capping the road in places, spreading that out with the road grader, and then drive on it and see how it holds up. It might be that it doesn't hold up at all. It could be that one rainstorm washes it away, or the truck rolling over it turns it into dust and it blows away. Who knows? But we'll know where we can use it, how we can use it, once we kind of go through this experiment. So we'll get into it and take you along.
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall, but tonight I'm letting